Okay, watch the gauge. It's hard to do because there's nothing to square it against, like when it's against this edge here. There you go, less than a tenth. Hey, happy Monday, how we doing? Hey, let's resize some Toyota rods. Yesterday I prepped these 3 sets of 22 RE connecting rods. So this is part 2. Part 1 is on my main page if you'd like to check it out. In the meantime, let's get these things honed. So this is my Sunnen rod hone. It has this gauge, it's AG300. Very accurate. It reads in tenths of thousands. So I cut the cap and the rod on this and decreased the housing bore size. And I got about 4.5 to hone. Set this thing, it has these fingers that are adjustable. And I just put a micrometer on here and set it to the 0. So these fingers are removable. This is the medium size set. Here's the small one. They just screw in there. To adjust it, here on the side, this is a lock that I tighten, and I spin this deal right here, and that moves the fingers in and out. When I turn the machine on, it feeds the manual oil, and then to make it spin, I just put my foot on this. My machine even has air conditioning. That AC system isn't standard equipment on this model. I had to special order it. So this is the proper manual for this size of rod. I have a whole bunch of these. I don't even know how many, so the rod will go in here. First thing I want to do though is drag them. I'm going to drop all the rods. These are adjustable. You have to adjust them to the curvature of the rod. But before I do that, I want to dress them and make sure they're nice and flat. Let's go over here to my cap cutter. So here's one of those shoes. I'm going to make sure this is nice and flat. If these get a saddle in them, your rod will have taper in it. And there's no taper in my rods. So let me show you how I do it. So I sprayed some dry graphite on here so you can see what I'm doing. And a little bit of caution here, don't do this, okay? You could really get hurt. I already know this is going to be flat. Look at that. Cleaned immediately. Second one. Nice and flat. Okay, before I put them shoes in, I'm going to change out the stone. This is a finishing stone. It has a wedge. It just goes in there. Here's my rough stone. I'm going to put a fat wedge in this one because the stone's pretty worn out. It's still in good shape though. Okay. Now we'll put these back in. I can show you the end of these. See how they're rounded? Now we're going to set these for the curvature of the rod. So I just put a rod on here. Tighten the stone up. Use this for a hammer. Now I just set that curvature. Now I need to lock them down. They don't have to be super tight. They get a good grip. Okay, so when I step on that pedal, not only does it make it rotate, but it expands this stone out about 10 thousandths. I don't know if you can see this. Look. Can you see it? Maybe hard to see. Okay, now we're just about ready. Now I got to set the load, the diameter on the stone. So what I'll do is I'll step on the pedal, watch this gauge. So I'm going to turn the feet out here and slowly, I'll watch that. See the needle getting pressure on it? I'll put it over to about 7. Well, the rod will come off now. When I step on it, that's going to hone. Okay, now another thing I got to adjust to. This is the pressure. Increase, decrease. I'm going to turn it all the way down when I start, or else the rod will hang up. Now's the scary part. I don't know how to run this machine, really. Let's go. Here we go. See what we got in this one. 4. Got to work that whole stone or you'll get taper. I do rods one at a time. Got to keep flipping it. So now I'll turn the pressure up. I get a couple thou out of it, and then I'll turn that pressure up to 2. Let's hone them all. Okay, those 8 are at 1 thou to go. We got 4 more that have 2. Okay, now all of them have 1 thou to go. It's time to switch that stone. Hey, let's check the taper though, huh? When I resize rods, I have less than 1/10 of 1/1000th taper every rod, or I don't send them out the door. I get a lot of jobs in here that other shops have got a hold of and sized their rods, and all they did was make them shiny, because I've seen them up to 1 thou taper across the face of that bearing. That's just ridiculous. They should just leave them alone if they don't know how to resize a rod. So let's check one of mine. So I said I took all these to 1 thou to go. This is the rough stone, so we don't care about an 0 or 1 thou. It might be 1 thou and 1/10 or whatever. But let's check it. Okay, watch the gauge. It's hard to do because there's nothing to square it against, like when it's against this edge here. There you go, less than 1/10. So that's how rods should be. 1/10 of taper is acceptable on less than 1/10. I guess suppose production shops 3/10 maybe. People do 2 rods at a time. I do 1 rod at a time. That's how I do them, and they always come out perfect. And then you guys with these power stroke machines, those things are garbage, because what will happen is the mandrel's spinning and then it'll lock up, but the power stroker keeps going and it puts those faces of those collars out of alignment, and your rods are like a French cut green bean. Hey, I like green beans. You guys like green beans? Hey, let's finish up these rods, huh? Okay, let's change the stone out now. Put in the fine stone. Okay, and I'm going to reset the radius of these because they're brass, and things might have changed. Now, let me get you over here. You can watch the needle. Okay, so I'll loosen these. Okay, watch this gauge. These are thousandths. See how far it moves. About 1 thou. Now let's just tighten them back down. I've had to retrain a lot of people to not tighten these down. You don't have to really just torque them. They use this in and just tighten the hell out of them. They don't have to be that tight. You really don't have to readjust the curvature of those shoes halfway into it like I just did. I said you don't have to, but I do. Let's hone them. Okay. Set the pedal height there. And then turn up the pressure. There we go. Okay, this one's on 0. I'm going to let it cool. Okay, so these have been cooling for about an hour. I guess I didn't push record on these last 4. So these things probably shrunk a couple tenths. Yeah. Okay, there you have it. All the big ends are done. Hey, let's compare that surface finish now. Okay, here you go. I'll put that image on the right. So I'm not going to finish the pin into these tonight. I got to get the blocks bored and then order the pistons. I'm not going to finish them without the pins. Pins can vary by a couple tenths, and that's a very tight tolerance on those. I'll set them 4/10 of a thousandth. So you have to wait for that one. Hey, thanks for coming along, you guys. Come back and see me again, and thanks for watching my videos. I've been at this over 1 year. Yesterday was my 1-year mark. I did 365 videos, and I got 11,600 and some odd of you guys watching me. So thanks a lot. Really do appreciate you guys. So you be nice to each other, and I'm going to point this rod at you if you're not nice. Good night.